Hey traders, before we move on with the rest of this video, make sure you go check out the TradeNet intro package. For the next 2 days, for the rest of this month, it's only $375. The max loss is $700, so almost twice as much, and the funded account comes with $14,000 in buying power to trade with, no PDT rule, pretty cheap commissions, a trading course, chat room, demo account, plus more for less than $400. I think the risk reward just makes tons of sense for new traders, and so if you want to check that out, I'll include a link in the description. Also, go check out the trading challenge. That's completely free to enter, and at the very least, you'll get a demo account for a few days. But if you make $500 in net profits by the finish, you win access to a $14,000 funded intro account. And so I'll include that link in the description as well. So thanks for watching and enjoy this video.
How we doing, traders? Welcome,
What's
beginner
going on?
traders. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and start up the Q&A here. This was a free lesson, that we offered to James. James was one of our, kind of our OGs in the chat room. And
What's
we
up,
definitely
everybody?
wanted to go ahead and introduce him. And he was in Denver, so he wanted to stop by and get a free lesson. I said, why not? Come on over. All right, so let's say hi to James here.
What's going on, everybody?
There you go.
How
They
you
can see
doing?
you.
What's up, everybody? Glad to be on the stream today. Hope everybody's having an awesome weekend. Looking forward to this Q&A today with Mitch. Like he said, I was out in Denver. My sister lives out there, and I said, why not take advantage of going to meet part of the family?
Of
Learn as much
course.
as I can, man.
Of course. I mean, it was a pleasure definitely to have you in the
Yeah, it was a
house,
fun time.
you know,
It was a good
and
time.
to trade together. So let's start off and let's get into the questions here. First of all, I'd like to ask you a little bit about yourself,
Sure.
So let's get you on the screen here and hear a little bit more about you as a trader. Okay. So first of all, how long have you been trading?
I'm going on about a year now.
Okay. All right.
Mostly paper trading, just to hone my skills. And I switch off every once in a while. I've been doing it for about a year now. I'd say I started April of 18. And I've just kind of been snowballing from there.
Okay. So how did you find Beginner Trading Family?
Well, I first found the market from a friend of mine who recommended Timothy Sykes. I'm sure a lot of these big time gurus that everybody hears about the first time. So from going on YouTube and looking and watching different videos, I was on there one day and a clip of yours popped up in the feed, Beginner Trading. I clicked on it, went into the stream one day, and that was it, man. I went into the stream. I love the energy, the response that you get back from you and John is tremendous to a lot of us new traders, especially with all these other big gurus out there that you'll see their stream just flying. You're not going to get an answer. You're not going to get much knowledge from them. And it was kind of made clearly as soon as I was on your stream. So I, from that point on, was like, I'm going to log with these guys every day. And here we are now, a while back later, and I love it. I'm not going anywhere.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Well,
Always. I appreciate what you guys do, man.
we definitely like you as a part of the family, and this is exactly why we do what we do.
Sure.
What kind of trader are you? Are you a day trader, swing trader?
I'm more of a day trader. Very rarely do I swing unless the markets are giving me every reason to hold and swing. But primarily, I'm a day trader, usually in and out. Nail and bail, baby.
Perfect. So, what was your first impression when you got to my my apartment and you got to see the setup, my trading setup, and how I set everything up in the morning?
Well, the first impression when I walked in was you got some chill vibes going on. The energy in the house and in the room is right where it needs to be. A lot of traders don't understand that if you're stressed and your mind's just not fully focused and you're not in the zone, that you're not going to really get anywhere. And that was an entry as soon as we walked in your house. That, and you already know how I feel about them trading screens. They're absolutely amazing. I love the fact to be able to watch all these different stocks at the same time and have the SPY up. So we have an advantage of being able to watch all these different things without having to hear over by me. It's different. I'm clicking between screens, going from stock to stock. It's a little harder to catch them and see what you want to see. So that's definitely two of the biggest things for sure.
Yeah, definitely an advantage,
Great first impressions, bro.
Yeah, definitely had an advantage, having multiple screens.
For sure.
It's gonna give you an ability to keep, you're gonna have, you could have your stock charts, you could have your main trading screen,
Yep.
you can have another trading screen. That's another good thing to have. Sometimes you are gonna get in two positions,
Yeah.
and you don't want to be kind of making moves while you're in the position. You want to
Exactly.
already
Going
have
back
your
and forth.
setup really good so that you can go ahead and just master and keep going forward.
100%.
All right, so what concept did you learn about from watching me trade live, and how did it help you?
I learned a couple different concepts. Showed me how to scale in and out. And one of the biggest ones was the down one, up one, down two, up two. We want to search for that. And I've kind of tried to take it home with me. So the past week of being back, it's been a rough week trading, coming back and settling back in home. But I've been definitely taking everything you've said into account with trying to scale in and out of my positions correctly. And like we talked about, that one was being able to get into trade, work as what the chart and pattern is giving you, but also being able to leave that small amount of share size. If everything's going according to plan, we leave that small amount of share size in to work. Patience. You really taught me patience is key. And it's hard to have that patience without, having that calmness. We talked about that as well. And they go hand in hand, I feel like, right together.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. One of the things that I definitely saw in our trade is that we were able to show you that when you take a position, I talk about this often, is that a lot of people talk about day trading as being high risk, but really when you think about it, what I call it is I'm going to take it as low risk but high consequence. Every
Yes.
trade we make is going to have a high consequence on our capital. When we want to preserve that capital as much as we can, because we know that our system is there in place for us to succeed.
Correct.
And if we go ahead and continue trading our system and we don't worry about so much about it being high risk, more of I have a controlled low risk and a good sense of that high consequence and I'm looking out for it, then we're able to master our trading system and really get to the next level. Overall, what was your key takeaway from the free meeting? I definitely wanted to do this meeting for you, James. You're one of the OGs in the trading chat, and you're definitely trying to make that step up in your trading. And so I invited you into my home. What was your key takeaway?
First of all, thank you for the blessing of allowing me to come in for this free, amazing lesson. No one else in the market would do something that you guys are doing, and I thank you 1,000 times for it. But my key takeaway, I would say, I had a couple key takeaways. One of my absolute favorite key takeaways, and the thing that I've been using the most, is what you taught me about watching the SPY, the overall markets. I've always watched the SPY at a 1 minute, 1 day, 1 minute chart. And you explained to me how we can span out, look at different time frames, go back, look at the past, look at the time frames. So when I go back and I look at 5 days, 5 minutes, 5 day, 15 minutes, it really gives you a big understanding of those 1 day, 1 minutes are trying to get that reaction out of you. They want that emotion. You see that big spike up or a big fall down, you're automatically like, oh, what do I do?
That's how it goes.
15 minute mark, 5 minute mark, you can see a very, very big change in the overall direction of the stock. For example, it was this week, the SPY had that break over 300, and then it had a drop on the 1 minute chart. And I remember John saying something, but I was looking at my 15, still full green candles, still presenting a lot of strong buyer side, so that was probably one of my key takeaways. And one of the things I really, really enjoyed the most out there, and also price action. Still working on price action, of course, because it takes time, but the things that you were able to help me with and understanding price points, drawing your key levels is what's going to do it, your supports, your resistances, and like you taught me, go back again in the time frames. Don't rely on that 1 day, 1 minute. You got to go back and take a look at what it's done overall in the past and see where it's heading.
Of course.
It was a great trip out, and I look forward to being able to come out there again.
No, definitely. One of the key things that we saw is that we traded SQ.
That was a beautiful setup. Had to be the perfect setup for the day. I will say that.
Yep, definitely. You traders that are watching this, you can go back and watch that live stream.
Yeah,
and
go
kind
take a
of-
look at it.
And kind of see how we work together to make that trade.
It was a great trade.
One of the key things that we were able to do is I was able to really speak through the trade so that James could see what I was not only looking at, but was going to trade. And
Yeah.
only if it followed these measures was I going to take the trade. And that's one thing that I had a pleasure of that, it went well, hey, it went to our
Had a
side.
great day.
It was a great day. But one of the great things is he was able to really watch me tackle it down completely.
Yes.
Call out the entry, call out why we were going to enter this stock, even call out the 1, 2, 3 rule. This is a rule that I've come up with. This is not out there. And this is something that I just came up with by watching the stocks trade themselves. And this is something that I wanted to show James live so that he could master it himself.
Yeah, and SQ was really a great trade on that day. I came out there for this free lesson that you offered me, which is awesome, and really couldn't have asked for a better, like you said, understanding of a setup. This thing played out to where Mitch was able to not only just show me through the stock, like he said, he talked right through the stock. Everything that we were talking about, the stock was kind of doing for us. It just so happened to work out in the way where I was able to take what Mitch was telling me and apply it right to that pattern in front of me. I didn't do much trading that day, but I learned a heck of a lot, and I will take that over a trade every day.
I mean, that's what it was really worth, and that's what I was trying to get out of it. And I'm glad that I was able to have you over, James. So how do you feel that you can improve your trading now that you've had our meeting?
I can definitely improve my trading if I stick to the patience and being the sniper, like we talked about, waiting, for that confirmation. I've got to work on the price action, which we talked about, and just working on getting better entries and exits. And with what you've taught me is really going to help me to excel at that. And I've already seen it. I had not such a hot week, but I was definitely able to see things I wasn't able to see before I came out to visit you as far as price action goes, drawing my support lines and trend lines, looking back into the stocks, and really, I can't stress enough that look at that 15-minute mark on the SPY, guys. It really will show you a tremendous difference in what it's doing, so that you don't get faked out. We got to take our emotions out of it, and that's another thing that Mitch really was able to show me, just by example of being there and being in a trade, and there was no stress. It was calm, collective, and cool, and that's what you have to be: calm, collective, cool, in the zone, ready to go and take that trade. So from here forward, that's what I'm going to be focusing on doing.
Yeah, definitely, man. It looks like you definitely were able to take a lot in.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you were able to see even the emotional side of it, and being kind of really calm, cool, collected is really the only way to trade.
The psychological part of it is huge. A lot of people don't understand. That is a humongous play in the market. It's all here, correct. What goes on up here is going to affect what happens on this computer.
Yep. And so one of the key things that I tried to teach you also is that you got to kind of silence up here.
Correct.
And really just work, and it's just a system. So if it's there, and I take it. I can't
and
have
if it's
it.
not there, you move on. You look
'Cause
for the next one.
It's the emotional attachment that really gets to us,
Yes.
and that's where we kind of get deterred, and we start having a down wave, and our emotions start affecting our
The
trades.
emotions start taking over.
Yeah.
So and you'll see it immediately.
Immediately.
I've had it happen to me. I've been paper trading for probably close to, I want to say, 6 months. I've been paper trading. I recommend that everyone paper trades because it's fantastic. You definitely want to, as Mitch told me, you definitely want to, when you feel ready, you want to come out of paper trading and trade live, but keep it small. Keep your sizing small so that you don't have that stress on yourself. But trading live money compared to paper money, there's definitely a huge difference emotionally. As a human being, that's just, you see that red mark and immediately your brain is, what do I do? Sell it. No, do what we're talking about.
So what is one of the kind of secrets that I let you in on, and one of the things that I recommended you doing since you're trying to make that step from paper to live?
Let's see. One of the secrets that you taught me?
Yeah.
You've taught me quite a few secrets.
That stay small secret?
That stay small secret was probably one of the best. And I love that you challenged me to do the TradeNet challenge. And that's something that we're going to keep in mind too. And when I start on my new week coming this Monday, tomorrow, that's what we're going to do. We're going live, but I'm going to keep it small and we're going to stay focused and we're going to get it done.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, it's like I taught you, man, you just got to work on perfecting the system.
Perfecting the system.
You already have a bigger account, you know. I think that's great. You know, you should hold that account, get ready, you know, perfect that system so that you can really start seeing what we call cent gains and cent losses. Focus on that. And then once you get that going, you can go ahead and take bigger sizing. You know, bigger sizing just comes really with understanding a system and abiding by a system.
Correct. You never want to move up in your system and your size if your system's not working.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. And I'm really glad that we had this meeting. You know, it was a pleasure to have you over at my house and have you trading. You were able to meet, you know, Marley and Hendrix.
Yeah.
And even my girlfriend, you know, she's stopping by.
It was there for a brief moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was definitely an eye opener. It was one of the best experiences of my trading career so far. I will say that hands down. Like I've told you, I started out following multiple gurus: Timothy Sykes, Tim Grattani, Stephen Dux, Ricky Gutierrez, you know, you name them. And, you know, you're able to take a little bit from those guys. You know, you can take little nits and bits from them, you know, but like Mitch is saying, you know, and we always talk about this too in stream, you know, those guys aren't really, they're there to sell their courses. They're not going to teach you the things that you actually are going to learn from Mitch and John. And it's free, guys. I mean, they're doing something that no one else in the markets are doing. So I tried to just take full advantage of that. My sister lives out in Denver. I was going out there and I knew Mitch just was moving out there. So I said, hey, let's take a shot and give him message him on Discord and see if we can get up and meet up. And it just so happened to work out. And we went out there, had a great trading day, had probably the best example of a trade to learn from. It was just great, man. And I can't wait to come out and be able to do it again. I thank you guys a lot for letting me come out, man. It was sweet.
Definitely, man. It was a pleasure to have you. I can't wait to have you back.
Yeah, man.
Definitely want to have you back over here. If not, maybe looking forward to maybe in the possible future to have maybe a beginner trading meeting, you know, where we could all meet up and kind of go over some trading. And looking forward to stuff like that. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for us today.
Hey guys,
I hope you guys enjoyed this.
I hope you take a lot away from this. This is a great Q&A, Mitch. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Definitely, brother.
I love it.
Hey, you have a great day. I look forward to seeing you again, and have a good one, beginner trading. Like always,
take care,
beginner
guys.
trading, beginner out.
Beginner out.